Let's get this show started with the usual disclaimers and introduction and whatnot, but welcome! Episode 81 overall, Season 8, Episode 16, Pugmire, Highways and Byways, Episode 10. So that's 6-episode digression into a ball to die for. Friendly reminder that my name is Ryan, or Comrade Bubbles. I do not speak for Onyx Path, nor is this project official material. All views and opinions expressed are my own, and I can't see chat, there we go. And this material will be available to buy on Canis Minor. I am merely a grateful fan with a platform. I am disabled. I do experience muscle twitches, spasms, whatnot, that can affect the muscles of my jaw, tongue, throat, that can lead to a worsening of my normal stammer or slurred speech. My anxiety is quite high at the minute, so please expect that rather than hope that it won't happen. I'd hate to disappoint people. Well, there we go. I'd hate to disappoint people. I do also struggle with multiple trains of thought, so I will try to finish what I'm talking about before moving on to the next point, but if you raise a salient point in chat, I will acknowledge it. As related to that, I guess, please do, if you have any questions, thoughts, etc. you would like to make about the project, about the work I'm doing, or just any clarification questions or GM tips or anything related to playing or running Onyx Path role-playing games or writing community content, please do ask them. The material that I'm writing is simply there to give me something to talk about in between answering questions, and also to serve as a practical example of a design process. A friendly reminder that this is how I work. It's not necessarily how you will work, but hopefully it will be enlightening or inspiring in some way. As usual, we're going to start with a brief recap of the Monday meeting notes, and then we will take it from there. This week, I've got the right chat box open, so I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm actually posting the links into the right chat, so that's an improvement over 2 weeks ago. No current crowdfunding campaign. I do beg your pardon. Monarchies of Mao is over at over 200% funded, including a jumpstart adventure. So that is hecking exciting. The Kira's Cats of Mao will be making it to the Realms of Pugmire game line at some point when it is ready. TM. Also, there is some discussion of the virtual Onyx Path convention this year, which is coming up. It's being planned already, and hopefully it will be as good, or not better, as in previous years. It will be June the 14th to the 16th, which, if you're here in the UK, that does cover Father's Day. I think it was Father's Day, so something to be aware of. Something also to be aware of this week specifically, on Wednesday, is the At the Gates Ashcan. If you have enjoyed the Ashcan for The World Below, I assume it will take a similar format in terms of like information and available, like a streamlined cut down version of the final game, just to give you a taster, but enough material to get started with. Still saw a Path Ultra, but the At the Gates is JRPG inspired for a bright, fun and threatened world. If you are, so that, as I say, that's on Wednesday. If you're excited to pick up cheap role-playing game deals, Chronicles of Darkness Dark Eras will be in a bundle of holding. It's a PDF bundle, 3rd of April to 18th of April. And they came from Beneath the Sea, 13th of May to the 3rd of June. Those days are all subject to change. Also, Indie Press Revolution are currently having a sale on some items, so check that out if you're interested in physical goods. Slight delay for Many Faced Strangers. Rich goes into more detail on the blog as to why it was delayed. Suffice it to say that the print-on-demand version is delayed for a very good reason. If you want to know more, click on through to the Monday meeting notes. At the Gates, it will be the next crowdfunding campaign. So the Ashcan on Wednesday serves as kind of like a teaser of that to drive interest, as well as to highlight the game. Scheduled this week, obviously, all times in Eastern. Today, now, me, congratulations, you've made it. later today at 8 p.m, Dystopia Rising: The Beginner's Guide. And then you get a week off to do whatever you want before Sunday, 7 p.m, Silent Godsend, and then Monday at 8 p.m, Trinity Continuum Aeon Assault on Nemesis Station, which is a pretty badass name. Media highlight of the week simply being the Storypath Game Jam Award ceremony. Those of you on the Onyx Path Discord server may have caught the brief discussion about something going wrong with the Onyx Path news this week. I haven't watched it, so I don't know what that is, but based on the title alone, something went wrong. And the conversation around that, obviously. Also on sale this week, this month's Tasty Bit is part 1 of a multi-part Scion Dragon Dragon's Lair, The Hollow King. So if you're not interested in At the Gates, but you are interested in Scion Dragon, consider picking it up, or don't. It's up to you, obviously. This month's Start Playing will be on... Oh, please do that. Apologise. This month's Start Playing theme is Realms of Pugmire, as the Curious Cat somehow wrapped up recently. That will be this Friday the 29th, but of course any of the Onyx Path game lines are welcome. And then that is largely it. Things don't seem to have changed all that much from the at-press stage from last time. Scion Origin Core, Trinity Continuum Core, and Trinity Continuum Aeon are still all in the reprint process. Exalted Essence is being printed. Exalted Essence Screen is at Studio 2. Exigence is having page numbers input. Anima and Anima's Terror Surge Screen being dealt with. M20 Lore for the Traditions is being printed. They came from Classified. The print-on-demand files have been uploaded, and they're prepping the printer files. Cyclops' Cave is... they have ordered the print-on-demand proofs and are prepping the printer files. And they came from Classified and Cyclops' Cave cards. The print-on-demand proofs are on the way. Changeling: The Lost Second Edition, The Hedge came out recently. Many Face Strangers, the corrected print-on-demand proof has been ordered, but that will take some time to get through the process. They came from Classified, and Cyclops' Cave wallpapers are going out to backers this week. Ooh, I will look forward to that email. And as I said, Tasty Pit Scion Dragon Lair 1 and At the Gates Ashcan are available this Wednesday on DriveThruRPG. So Pugmire, the topic of today's stream. Those of you who have been watching for a while now will know this already, but just in case, for people who may not know, Pugmire specifically, because Realms of Pugmire is the second edition of the game, that is not out yet and therefore is not eligible for community content. Curse you, linear progression of time, is a D20 system. So it uses the D20 as the primary die size, powered by the 5th edition Open Gaming License. So it uses the basic 5th edition rules, or an interpretation thereof, and they are much streamlined and more relaxed to produce a much easier gameplay experience. To simulate what if D&D but dogs and cats instead of people. Instead of humanoids, let's say. In a post-apocalyptic world where humankind peaced out, something happened to them, and they left behind uplifted, so bipedal, 2 to 6 feet tall cats and dogs, and other species as well. Cats and dogs are just the easiest ones to mention. Without kind of saying where they were going or why they'd gone, and then the game takes place much later, many years after that, in which they're trying to the cats, the dogs, the rodents, lizards, birds, etc., are all trying to rebuild society and to reconstruct the ancient works of man and figure out if man had a purpose for them, or if they're alone in a cold, cruel universe. Naturally, of course, they differ on things of that nature. Dogs very much view that they should be a good dog and they were uplifted to serve man, whereas cats view man as their servants and that they were uplifted because it was their rightful place in the world. So if you are familiar with the 5th edition rule set or any variant thereof that does use the D20 system, a lot of the terminology I'll be throwing around today may be familiar to. Canis Minor specifically, I mentioned at the top of the episode, that is the community content platform that Onyx Path created that allows you to make Pugmire compatible material and sell it for 50% royalties. It's the same as the DM's Guild if you're a 5th edition player, or I can never remember the Chaosium one for Call of Cthulhu, but it's the same principle. It's licensed community content, you get royalties, you can use their material, everyone wins. If you are interested in creating anything for Pugmire, the game line, or Monarchies of Mao, or Squeaks in the Deep, to name the 3, I believe, core rulebooks from the 1st edition, 1 book for each society. They all have the same core rules, but they're flavoured per society. Eddie Webb, the creator, put out a fantastic resource called Buried Bones, Creating in the Realms of Pugmire, that provides designer commentary on the changes that were made and why they were made. And it's just great reading, but it is, if you are interested in creating homebrew material, or if you are inspired by this show, and I flatter myself to think that at least one person over the 81 episodes has walked away from this show thinking, yes, I'll write some homebrew. It's a useful read. It gives you some insight into the game and why certain things are the way that they are. So far on this show, I have covered a wide range of content. Let's open the right document. Those of you who are here last time, or for the past few streams, I have gone back to dark mode. It's just far easier on my eyes. So navigation pane, please. Yeah. So as you can see, we've got variant rules covering vehicles, if you want to include vehicular combat for whatever reason, as well as chase rules. The vehicle rules are really tied into the chase rules, but if you want to include combat, sure, go for it. Why not? I can't stop you. And then a whole bunch of encounter inspiration tables to generate encounters on the fly or in advance, whatever your inclination may be. And then some environmental modifiers, just simple, like 1-sentence rules, minor mechanical effects to tweak the gameplay experience to represent certain environmental effects to lend some extra verisimilitude or challenge or just flavour to your encounters, as well as a series of just example biomes that you can just lift from the rule set, put into the into your games. Backgrounds for characters that are largely just reflavors of the backgrounds found in the Pugmire core rulebook. Callings we'll get onto because that's where I'm at now, and then travel spells is just I procrastinated for a stream and just wanted to make some spells. But callings is all that I have left to do. That I have like as planned content for the book, although I never planned spells, so who knows. Although we are at 6,500 words, so maybe 18 pages, kind of coming up to that point where it's probably is done with. But yeah, so callings are the Pugmire equivalent of classes in other 5th edition games, and they serve as a reflection of what your character does in the world and how they act, largely on the battlefield, but it does give it gives them an existing place within society as well. So, for example, in the Pugmire rulebook, the shepherds are roughly analogous to clerics in that in other 5th edition games, in that they serve as the holy order in the Church of Man, and the wanderers in the Monarchies of Mao, kind of drifters, travel between places of knowledge. They're roughly analogous to monks in other 5th edition games. What I do like about the callings is that they do give you that defined, or most of them do give you that defined social standing. kind of social sphere, sorry, already. So yeah, last episode I did 2 of the 3. Well, last episode I did 2 and realized I probably should write a third, so I wrote a third. But also I not entirely sure why I did this, but I gave each calling 2 unique knacks. I'm going to call them knacks, but because it's the generic term, but trick is the wording used in 1st edition Pugmire. But I gave them 2 unique knacks, and then told you which callings to pull their other knacks from, and then I realized that the callings just have 3 knacks anyway. So if I've already given them 2, I may as well just go with making new ones just whole cloth, really. Hang on. Is it 4 in 1st edition? It is. Okay, so it's 4. Well. Who knows? I might go for the full 4 on stream. I'm not doing too great mentally right now, so we'll see how much I get through and how I feel after I've done the free pour. And given the free pour 2 knacks, and then we'll see if I have it in me to create another 6 knacks that are thematically appropriate to the calling. So we'll leave it as is for now. So the free pour. The free pour is, I believe I mentioned this last time. It's a freelance. It's a wandering knight. A bit of flavor text from a bit of in-calling flavor text. Let's go with man may have left us. Oh no, let's go. Let's just embrace the Grail Knight concept. Man left us marbles to find in the wilderness, and my blade. My shield will. This is a problem with having a bad brain day. Man left us marvels to find in the wilderness. It is up to us. Delve into the darkest places and find them. So I may have to change the views on the callings slightly to accommodate the shift from freelance to Grail Knight. But there we are. I may change the calling name as well at some point, but I'm terrible at names, so I that's another thing that I will probably just do off stream. And hey, I can feel a panic attack coming, so there we are. That's always a good thing. Free paws are committed to what they see as the highest ideal. Finding mythical relics and masterworks and returning them to the world for the betterment of all. Their goals empower them to resist the their belief is a have I used the word wonder recently? I have not. wonder to behold on the battlefield, and has inspired no small number of bystanders to take up arms in defense of Three Paws' cause. Don't know why Microsoft Word occasionally is like, hey, you just want this random apostrophe in a word, right? Sure you do. There you go. Have an apostrophe. The Three Paws' cause. Well, they spend a lot of their time hunting these items. Their code of conduct bids them defend the weak. That's not the right weak. And aid the helpless. Wildcat, Three Paws do exist. They are few in number compared to dogs and birds. As the Three Paws' commitment to their code of conduct above all else is directly at odds with the cat's social structure. Dogs view the code as part of being a good dog. Birds like stories. You know what? Let's not specify why they like it, because then I'd have to cover rodents, and I haven't read Weeks in the Deep, so I can't. All Three Paws are united in their goal. To find lost artifacts and strike down the unseen. Although, you know, all Pugmire characters, Monarchies and Mao characters, and I assume Squeaks in the Deep characters should also be striking down the unseen. All Three Paws united in their goal to find lost artifacts and strike down the unseen. Many believe the best way to do this is by mastering their preferred combat style and pause to hydrate. No matter their original allegiance, Three Paws will always help another. A Three Paw, even. Always help another Three Paw. Such are the ties that bind. Again, this is all first draft material. I'm on the verge of a panic attack, so it's not going to be the greatest writing I've ever done in the world. Please expect this to change before release. A note on that, I do still have, I'm very aware, a Ball to Die For to edit. And I will be attending to that first, and then I will you know, move on and edit this, push it through layout, etc., etc., and release it. Views on other callings. Nope, no gold. Bandits. A thorn in our side. More often than not. Their knowledge of the wilds. Their useful knowledge of the wilds. Barely outweighs the danger they put the innocent in. And then road wardens. We are very like that they need to leave the road now and then to give them more context for their actions and the stabilizing influence of civilization. Typical Freeport. Each Freeport decorates their arms and armor according to to their personal tastes. While many favor the classic combination of sword and shield, others prefer to wield matched blades or clubs of exquisite craftspersonship. Their code of conduct commands them to remain to maintain a sense of decorum. Going for the a distorted view of the chivalric code from medieval period, from the medieval period. Commands them to maintain a sense of decorum at all times, and many enjoy bringing the finer things in life to the dark places of the world. When we search out ancient relics, nowhere does it say they must be uncomfortable. And then I guess I will just grab this and copy paste it. Free pause. That's all fine there. They will share most of the same knacks with the Road Warden, I believe, but I'll probably change the callings. So let's go through the character creation stuff first, and then loop back around to that. So right. So I'm thinking, what's the D12 calling in the Monarchies of Mao? Does anyone know? Champions D10. They don't have one. Interesting. Well, let's rectify that. As these are wanderers who travel the wilds by themselves. Dexterity and charisma for bandits, and Road Warden is strength and constitution. Let's go with charisma. Why not? Skills. I don't think handle animal. There's the stammer again. Where's the oh, you stupid throat and tongue work. I'm streaming. Skill list. There we go. I really should have made it like a skill list to reference. That's on me. That is on me. I think it's here. Yeah, there it is. Cool. So I don't think handle animal particularly makes sense. Intimidate, sneak, and steal seem out of character, so to speak. Traverse. You know what? No Arcana. The calling that has made a study, could potentially have made a study of the relics that it's looking for. Sorry, misclicking on Windows. We'll swap that for heal. Rucksack, 1 melee weapon and shield, or 2 melee weapons, 1 suit of armor, torches, rations, 50 feet of rope, and a let's say a prophecy. What that prophecy is, you work with your guide to determine. Insert, grab an M dash from the relevant window. Work with your guide to determine the specifics. And they put specifics of the prophecy, which is very passive. Let's just go with the prophecy specifics. Given under unusual circumstances. Read in your tea leaves under a full moon. Came to you in a dream. A family member heard a voice on the wind. Appeared on the outside of a relic from the Age of Man. woke up with it tattooed on your skin. Say, or similar. Well, tattoos, kind of furry people. Tattoos don't really work. Burned into your armor. Kind of want to do some haruspicy, the entrails. But I don't know how I'd work that in necessarily. So let's go with screamed at you by a crow. First axe, again, they'll be largely the same as the Road Warden because they kind of similar ethos in terms of defense. I just need to rename these knacks. Driven Wanderer. Let's just say driven. This should be the other way around. That's on me. Code of conduct or driven. Oh, and happily driven is right beneath it. Because that's how the alphabet works, don't you know? Nope, not far enough. There we are. Calling necks, Guardian and Champion now. Do I want to keep those calling necks? Kind of see trackers. The alphabet. I'm still stuck with the pictographs. Hey, that's totally fair on Stable Earth. That is absolutely fair. You know what? We'll just go with Wanderers. Why not? I have to be careful using the numpad because that's where I bound my OBS shortcuts. Wanderer, and I guess Stray. Yeah, I think Stray works. There we go. So now I've got that. Now we go up and do the 6 free paws. My head. It's really hard to describe, champ, but like sometimes it's just like I feel neurodivergent. It's just like a noise that builds in my skull. It's like just like a scream without sound, if that makes sense, but it feels like static. Anyway, and it makes thinking and improvising and streaming very difficult. A dog. Seeking to atone for a crime. Why not? A dog from a minor family. looking to improve their standing. Because sure, you can have the highfalutin ideal of find a relic, but in Dog Society, of course, if you have a relic, you're a noble. A guardian looking for a different purpose. Member of House Cymric, who believes they know where a powerful relic is. I know there's obviously there's rodents and mice, rats, birds, lizards, but it's just easier to keep it to cats and dogs for me. Again, I haven't read Squigs in the Deep, so I would not like to talk. I would not like to discuss that side of things with any authority. So that's dog, cat. Back to dogs. Member of the Church of Man, guided by a vision. A cat who lost everything. Minions of the Unseen. Ooh. Spooky. Okay, code of conduct. So we have like a narrative bit and then the mechanical text. The code of conduct that dictates how you may act both on and off the battlefield. While less scrupulous people will abuse this, find comfort in its strictures. You can't find elsewhere in the world. So let's go with choose one of the following at the end of every... Oh, sorry. Being tied doesn't help with the brain stuff. It, I won't say sleep. Playing the game, adventure, resting, sleeping, and healing. Yeah, sleep. Where was I? Choose one of the following at the end of every sleep. Its effects last until the end of the start. Yeah, same. The end of your next sleep. Protect the weak. Whenever you make an attack roll while adjacent, the character with fewer stamina points or a lower strength score than you in a +2 bonus to both the attack and damage roll. Aid the helpless. Whenever you help a character attempting a skill check they aren't proficient in, you may add your proficiency bonus to the roll. 1, it's not a skill check, you fool, it's an ability check. And 2, it's not a roll, it's a check. Refinements. You gain an additional option. And firm. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mr. David. I appreciate it. I really do, in the presence of the unseen. Whenever you fail, attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Within 6. Yeah, that's 60 feet of unseen. You may re-roll the d20. Right. I think this works. I'm trying to, because I'm not using bullet points to separate these out. I'm trying to format things creatively so I know where the refinement ends. You may do this a number of times equal to your charisma modifier. Gain all expended uses at the end of next sleep. So that's that, and then you may change your choice whenever you rest. So kind of like a combat-y thing, and then a utility thing, and then as a refinement, the ability to reroll is quite powerful in D20 system games. So there we go. And then driven. Your beliefs allow you to do incredible things. And your feats inspire others to do great acts. You know how to channel this for the greater good and bring out the best in people. Whenever you just need to check the wording for first edition. I don't think it's a triumph. I think it's just a critical. But I will check. Oh, it is a triumph. Cool. Whenever you score a triumph on an attack roll, alphabetical order. Ability check, attack roll. Hang on, are they saves? I believe they're saves in 3rd edition Pugmire, right? I'm not making this up. Yep, they are saved throws. Or saving throw. One character who can see one character within let's say 60 feet. It's broad enough. 60 feet who can see, who can hear or see you. gains an advantage on their next roll. Refinements. In addition to any other effects, whenever you score a triumph, etc., etc., you add 1 fortune. You gain 1 fortune. Why not? Stupid work meetings. Oh hell, heck, handle that feeling. And you know what? Let's do this. Just to any other effects when we score a triumph on an ability check. Oh, I didn't copy anywhere near enough text there. Ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. We can hear or see you. And use their reaction to expend 1 stamina die. Just need to check something. Yep, as if they were resting. And then use their reaction to attempt a saving throw to end an effect they are currently under. And save. So that's all of the planned content, I suppose. How is it? There we go. Let's move that into the right place. The question is now, do I have it in me to come up with more knacks? Sure, why not? Let's organize these knacks. I know it's kind of diverging from precedence to separate them out by calling, but let's go to these. Nax is heading 3, yes. Just because I need to know which ones are where. Let's see if I can figure it out. I'm assuming intimidating presence is the other bandit knack. Although I'll check, obviously. Yes, intimidating presence. And then free pour was code of conduct and driven. And then the only two that... Oh, right, I've been copy-pasting, not deleting. Whoops, that's on me. Staunch Defender, and Wild at Heart. Let's do that. Normal text there for now. This needs to be heading 4, and this also needs to be heading 4. Okay, so now I need to come up with more knacks. Okay, Bandit. I've got one already. I was thinking of this earlier when I was like, should I just make them their own callings? You know how to fight dirty. Whatever the foe, you are an expert at disabling them, making them bleed. Or otherwise making them vulnerable. So the idea being that Chaotic Strike is a debuff, and then Dirty Fighting is just damage options. And as a way of like picking your fighting style as a bandit, if you want to go all in on damage, or if you want to as a debuff your opponent. However, I include this. Once per round, after making a successful weapon attack, you may use your reaction to choose one of the following effects. The target takes an additional 1d4. I think it's necrotic damage in first edition, but I will double check. Yes. An additional 1d4 necrotic damage at the start of every turn. So the start of your next turn. So, kind of a lot of tiny damage that stacks up. The target may make a Constitution saving throw to end this effect. C is equal to 8. Oops. Plus your efficiency bonus. Plus your, let's say, dexterity bonus. Why not? So, do a really deep stab, give them a bleeding wound. I feel like blinding them is like pocket sand kind of situation. The target is blind until the start of their next turn. And third option, what if I go in Chaotic Strike? They have to move 10 feet. Defense is reduced by half. Let's use their action to maintain concentration on the spell. Well, let's slow them down. The target. Oh, what was the refinement? Let's target you if possible. Cool. Target speed is reduced by 10 until the start of your next turn. Refinements. You gain an additional option. What are the dirty fighting? So we've got like just really deep stab, pocket sand, like a hamstring slash. Oh, I guess. Yep. Target must use their reaction to how to phrase this? Keep hold of what they have in their play. Pause or equivalent. Taunted to distract or draw attention. That's the refinement for Chaotic Strike. So I'm trying to, like, they're very similar in Nax, I admit, but again, it's to allow you to define your fighting style. But I appreciate the suggestion. But the target must target you if possible until the end of their next turn is the taunting. May expend a stamina die on no effect to use 2 effects at the same time. And that's just a representation of pushing yourself to do the thing. Long-time viewers will know I like using kind of stamina dice and hit dice and things of that nature to fuel abilities as a way of pushing your body to do stuff. Okay, so we've got Intimidating Presence to fear people, Chaotic Strike and Dirty Fighting to define your fighting style as a bandit. I feel like there should be some kind of scavenging knack. But there's no real rules within Pugmire to support scavenging. But I don't want it to all be combat focused either. I'd like to have like a social aspect of things to this. DEF. Free at heart. Lifestyle you've chosen is the one that has called to you since birth, and you live for the open sky at night. Its connection to the world and the open road is a passion boils within you. You are adept at infecting is the wrong word, but conveying, I guess. Inspiring this in others. Whenever you address a crowd and expound the benefits of the open road, you may attempt a charisma persuade check. The DC is equal to 10 plus 1 for every 5 characters in the crowd. If you are successful, no one in the crowd can look away from you. Refinements. You may expend. Yeah, sure, why not? You may expend a stamina die for no other effect. To double your... Let's just give advantage on this roll. To gain an advantage on this roll. If you fail, Crowd has a disadvantage to notice anything while you are still talking, and the DC for the check is reduced to 8. I've got to stop pressing shift when I press numbers. +1 for every 5 crouches in the ground. Boom. 4 knacks for a bandit. And it's not all combat focused. Obviously, the trick with D20 games is, or the problem, I guess, is that the focus of a lot of their mechanics is combat. So I like having stuff that isn't directly related to that. Staunch Defender and Wild... I'm going to do the free pull last. So Road Warden, Staunch Defender, Wild at Heart. I guess Seasoned Traveller? Also, the benefit of adding 2 additional knacks per calling is that I then have 4 to choose from with the here's your first knack. So that works out. Road Wardens quickly become accustomed to life. Oh, hang on, this. Just need to check how this is worded in the Discord. Go away, thank you. In the books. Yes, okay. Quickly become accustomed to life on the road. RIP the original title of this supplement, but it's already taken by something on Canis Minor. And develop a personal system of mnemonics and code maps to aid in travels. And from the outside, this seems like the Road Warden is gifted with a preternatural sense of direction. Okay, we're going to get rid of survive here. You are proficient with survive, or in survive, I guess. Life on the road as the title could be easily changed to life with wanderlust. It's true. Really could. You are proficient in survive. Whenever you add your I need to, because is expertise a thing in this? 1 second. I guess it went to Ratters if it is. I went to the wrong place. Wanderlust is a $4 word. You're not wrong. Precise attack. Second wind. It's not there. I will also probably tone down the 1d4 damage at the start of every turn with Dirty Fighting. It's probably just an additional 1d4 damage at the end of your turn and the start of their turn. Puts it roughly on par with Precise Attack, while being mechanically different. Sorry, I know I shouldn't have my hand to my head, but it's just making it easy to think. Calling Secrets. Okay. Whenever you add your proficiency bonus to a roll, because of whenever you make an ability check, users survive, you may double your proficiency bonus. Bit clunky, but it works for now. Whoops. Refinements. Always know which way is north and have an advantage on checks to retrace your steps. And then you gain proficiency in Traverse. You are already proficient, etc., etc. You may double your proficiency bonus. For any checks that use Traverse. Is there a better way of phrasing this? No, in point of fact. I take this refinement twice. So there we go. Technically it's 3 refinements because you get bang for your buck with the second one. Although if you're proficient in Traverse from the get-go, it's only 2. So Seasoned Traveller and Wild at Heart are both utility knacks. More or less. Staunch Defender's the primary combat. Knack. So let's, I guess, go with... Why not? Let's invoke mounted combat rules. Mounted combatant. Some road wardens travel with a steed and have learned to fight in sync with their mount. While they do encounter difficulties riding their companion in urban centers. The combat tactics adopted can be some of their tactics can be adapted or built up environments. If you make a melee attack roll, you know what? Let's just concision. You have an advantage on attack rolls while you are above your target's head. If you take more damage in a single turn, if you take damage, I guess, in excess of your Constitution score, which this is going to be fun to convert for 2nd edition, but we'll get to that problem when 2nd edition comes out. In a single turn, you must make a, I guess, strength saving throw. Or fall prone and take. Is falling damage a thing? I assume it is. Control F. Fall. Okay. There's a bunch of game mechanics around falling, but fall damage is never... I'm sure the conversion will go fine, especially since unless you write another supplement. I don't... I'll probably just have it like a, hey, here's the 2nd edition version of this one book. If you've already bought the book, congratulations, you own it. It just feels a bit awkward to me to charge again just because this is community content. It just feels a little awkward for me to charge people to buy the book again, especially as it won't require all that much work. It's just changing language here and there. Turns out supplement conversion guides aren't common enough. That's true. Also, I'm noticing that there's a whole bunch of stuff around preventing fall damage, but fall damage is never actually explained. As far as I can tell. Make the conversion two-way so it's even more useful. I don't need to do that if I'm providing both editions at the same time. Yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, it doesn't actually like Featherfall stops you from falling. There's a magic ring that stops you from falling or taking falling distance, but falling distance itself never actually explained in this book. Which means nothing to me right now. It means I am free to dictate how much damage is taken. 1d6 damage, bludgeoning damage. Unless it might be it's just not coming up through my Control F search. For every 10 people. So that's that, and then refinements. believe it's handle animal. Yes, it is. And then your steed attacks with you. Your melee attacks deal an additional 1d8 damage. While mounted, you use your mount's speed in place of your own, but they get your stamina points and defense. Your defense and stamina points cannot be directly targeted. Just trying to make really simple mounted rules, not particularly realistic ones. Cannot take actions because I can't be bothered to do that to myself right now. Maybe I'll do that at some point in the future. But again, technically that's 3 refinements because you can take the first one twice if you aren't already proficient in handle animal. That's fine there. Right, back to free pause. 20 minutes left, well, 15-ish. Code of Conduct and Driven are... Driven is utility-based. Code of Conduct is a mixture of... There's mostly utility as well. So let's go with... Weapon focus. Long hours of practice with your weapon have granted you a greater... hang on. Of the free pause weapon. With their chosen weapon have granted free pause a mastery of it. Unlike almost any other. Those free pause be trained with a single weapon. Above all others, find the drawback, find the rewards outweigh the drawbacks. Choose a weapon. Sword, club, etc. Choose the weapon type, longsword, club, etc. Whenever you wield that weapon, you may double your proficiency bonus. Whenever you make an attack roll with that weapon, you may double your proficiency bonus. Your proficiency bonus is halved for all other weapons. It's basically expertise, but with a weapon. Refinements. Choose a second weapon type for this knack to affect. I don't want to just straight up increase damage output. I feel like there should be something for it. Use your reaction, double your ability score modifier for the damage roll. Just thinking this through. Does it need another cost? Nah, it should be fine. And then I don't want to mess with the halving proficiency bonus for all of the weapons particularly, because it just makes sense in my brain that if you train with a weapon for long hours and you kind of ignore training with other weapons. Your any weapon affected by this knack counts as magical for the purposes of overcoming resistances, but not invulnerability, not immunities. Makes it slightly more useful, but you still need a magical weapon to hit things that are immune to normal, mundane sources of damage. And let's go with purity of purpose. Some free paws are blessed by the Church of Man, or similarly empowered social structures, social organizations. As they set out on their quest. This allows them to channel the magic granted to their benefactors. Benefactor is the wrong word. Someone who blesses. Is there a word for that? I don't think so. Not in English, anyway. This instills within them the ability to channel a handful of minor miracles. Lead them on their journey. Once per rest, you may use an action to restore 1d6 stamina points to a character you can touch. Okay, I don't want it to be like full spell casting. But there we are. You may restore an additional the 6 stamina points. Use, just stamina, not stamina points. What am I doing? Of this knack. We take this refinement. Twice. You may use this knack twice per rest. And an additional refinement. Let's go with... You may forego... No, actually, I need to check something. I think I'm just replicating a Guardian knack if I go with what I was just thinking of. Champion knack if I go with what I was just thinking of. No. Maybe I'm fine. Just double check. We're fine. You may forego healing. Restoring stamina, sorry. And one of the following conditions affecting the target. That's the big old condition list. Conditions, there we go. Let's go with... Confused, repel, no, hang on, confused, scared, and sickly. Or sickly, sorry. Or like the minor conditions, so to speak. Right, and then this needs to go at the top, because it's in alphabetical order. Okay, so I think Code of Conduct is... the core identity of the calling. So we'll go with that for that. Bandit, I will choose Chaotic Strike or Dirty Fighting, I think. Just to allow you to pick your fighting style. And then Road Warden. I feel like Seasoned Traveller. Okay, so we'll go with Seasoned Traveller, why not? You can't stop me, chat. I'm in charge of this stream. And that's it. 3 entirely new callings. With 4 knacks each. 8,207 words, 5 spells, a bunch of encounter tables, chase rules, vehicle rules. I might polish the mounted combatant rules, but that'll be an off-stream thing where I can actually look stuff up and have the time to dither and to make decisions and to agonize over them. But that's it. That's Highways and Byways. So look for that in 3 years' time, when I finally get around to releasing it. As a reminder of the Monday meeting notes, they are the best place to go for Onyx Path updates and new games and things of that nature. So again, the Curious Cats of Mao supplement for the Realms of Pugmire, the 2nd edition of this game, which makes the cow book a supplement, the cat book, sorry, a supplement, not a core rulebook. that wrapped up over 200% funded with a jumpstart as a stretch goal, and a bunch of other stretch goals. Onyx Path deep in planning for the virtual Onyx Path convention. As I do every year, I volunteered my services for paneling, playing, running games, tech support, what have you. It's always a fun time. That is June the 14th to the 16th, which again over here in the UK I believe covers Father's Day. I think it was Father's Day. There was something important anyway. So hopefully get excited for that. On Wednesday, At the Gates, the Ashcan version of At the Gates comes out for the next game in the Earthbane cycle, being Onyx Path's kind of fantasy game series, following up from The World Below being an OSR style game. At the Gates is more of a JRPG style fantasy RPG. So check that out on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday is the next Tasty Bit for Scion Dragon. The schedule, all these times in Eastern as usual. At 8 PM today, Dystopia Rising Evolution, the Beginner's Guide with local GM. And then nothing else on the channel till Sunday, 7 PM Eastern, Scion Godsend. And then Monday, 8 PM Eastern, Trinity Continuum Aeon, Assault on Nemesis Station. If any of that seems interesting, please do check it out if you get the time. I think those are the, again, because I'm trying to mix up the format slightly, so I'm not just repeating the Monday meeting notes, and I'm trying to get the salient points at the end of each stream rather than just rehashing what I did at the start. I think that's it. If you have enjoyed the stream and do want to get into creating your own Pugmire content, again, I highly recommend Buried Bones creating in the Realms of Pugmire. I will probably add this to the video description if I remember. Who knows if I'll remember? Probably retroactively add it to the video description for all of the past videos in the series as well. But again, it's a book full of designers' commentary on Pugmire and the changes that Eddie made to facilitate to the system, add to the rules and to the 5th edition rules, sorry, and why. Yeah, if you've enjoyed the content, obviously please do let me know. I can be found on Blue Sky, comradebubbles.bsky.social. Sorry, what is it? .bsky.app? Something? Hang on, I'm on Blue Sky right now. .bsky.social. There we are. I found it. Also active on the Onyx Path community server, Comrade Bubbles there. And I stream on Twitch as Comrade Bubbles, you probably guessed. If you have missed any of this episode and would like to watch it from the start, if you are subscribed to the Onyx Path Twitch channel, twitch.tv/the Onyx Path, good news, you can just go to the videos tab and from the dashboard and watch it right now, or when the stream ends. Actually, you can probably watch it from start now, actually. If you're not subscribed and you have a Amazon Prime account, you can link that to your Twitch account for a Prime Gaming account, which gives you 1 free subscription a month. You have to renew it manually. It does not automatically renew, but it is an option if you want to subscribe but don't have the money to do so. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. If you wait a week, you can watch the video live on the channel here, again, twitch.tv/the Onyx Path, or if you go to youtube.com/@comradebubbles, that's the A in the circle. Yeah, again, youtube.com/@comradebubbles. This video will be uploaded to a playlist with all of this season 8 of the show. So you can watch it sequentially in order, which is what sequentially means. I just like getting that redundancy in, because it makes me fun. It makes me happy to make sure everyone knows what I mean, and I should not assume that people know what words mean. I should be back in 2 weeks' time, although traditionally I take a stream or two off between seasons, so I can get my brain, I can calm my brain down, get it into order for the next season. I'm thinking I might go back to Scion, but we'll see about that. I owe you all a hero adventure to follow up from a Rude Awakening, which was the first season of the show. Oh boy, that was a while ago. But as I say, I'll be thinking about that. I'll figure something out, and I'll try to build some hype on the Onyx Path Discord server. Before then. But that's it. I think that covers everything. So if you have any lingering questions, as I mentioned, you can ask them at comradebubbles.bsky.social. I'll be around in chat for a few more minutes while the post-roll rolls, so you can look at all the sweet promotional graphics and the schedule again if you've missed anything. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for persevering with the show. Hopefully it has been interesting. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and then go to, I believe it is youtube.com/@theonyxpath, but I could be wrong. I will double check right now. youtube.com/@theonyxpath. Yes, it is. I'm a genius. Aha! Without whose support, that obviously this show would not be possible, and the community content platforms would not be possible. So please consider giving them a subscribe on YouTube as well. And if you're not following the Twitch channel, please do consider following the Twitch channel. Again, that is twitch.tv/theonyxpath. But I'm rambling. Until next time, chat, please do stay safe, please do stay healthy, please do stay wholesome. Thank you so much for watching. Much love to you all. Goodbye.